Where were we? In the last episode we took out the wiring loom from the boot of the car and from the cabin. Now it's time to move to the front of the car. In this episode I plan on taking out the wiring loom from the engine bay, but part of this will be removing anything that gets in my way. With the bonnet now off, I'll start tackling the jobs that are staring me in the face. With Timmy looking like he's almost ready for banger racing, the last lights to come off are the spotlights and the indicators. I'm at the point where I can't delay it anymore. It's time to start on the engine wiring loom. Considering how simple these cars are by modern day standards, there's still a lot of plugs and cables, sockets, to keep track of, including the way they're routed and where they're fixed to the bodywork. The way I found myself tackling this job was to work my way around the engine bay, kind of in a clockwise motion, undoing everything on the surface and then hoping that that would free up more room to undo the stuff that was slightly further down or difficult to reach. The bonnet switch seems like a fitting place to start. I came back to this blue plug later on in the video, but it's worth noting down the location here. I'm pretty sure this is all part of the fuel system and it's obstructing some of the wiring, so this needs to come out next. the coolant reservoir also getting in the way at this point, so this comes out. It looks like there was a repair job under this hose just here, which broke the moment I moved the coolant reservoir, so this will need replacing. Right down here at the back of the engine there was another sensor that I couldn't get the camera to see, but you can see where the plug is there. Struggling to get to this plug behind the air filter kind of pointed out that I should really just take this off. More of the fuel system to come out here. At this point quite a lot of the loom is now at least freed up, and it's time to start unbolting a few more parts. So this plug was not plugged into anything, it's just hanging free. No idea what it does. A Google search later on revealed that this was actually supposed to be for an additional fan if you needed one. I mean, don't believe everything you read off the internet, but... Mini wheel arches don't actually have a lining, so everything inside them gets completely filthy. Loom is attached to an earth cable here to a very rusty looking bolt. Let's get some WD-40 on it and try and undo it. Earth. At this point I can see that I'm not going to be able to get the loom past the brake master cylinder, so I'll have to loosen it off in order to get things past. With the master cylinder now loose, the bulk of the wiring loom should be able to just squeeze past it. Now down to the heavy duty stuff down on the starter motor and a few more hidden plugs around this area.
Love those.
The blue plug that I spotted earlier got done after all the heavy duty starter motor cables were out of the way. Most of the cables that are to do with lighting on this side of the car pass very closely to the windscreen wiper motor, so this will need to come out next. The plug for the windscreen wiper motor was completely rusted on solid. The heavy duty portion of the wiring loom disconnects from the main wiring loom here at this fuse box. And once it's no longer attached, the rest of the loom will pass through the bulkhead relatively easily. With the entire wiring loom now removed from the car, things are looking really bare, but I'm really pleased that's done, and I'm looking forward to tackling the rest of the engine bay. Other than a much needed tidy up, that's it for this episode. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.